Today's video is about the Roaring Twenties, Jazz Age and Flappers. The Roaring Twenties, a decade marked by cultural upheaval and social transformation, earned its moniker for the exuberant spirit that characterized the era. From the electrifying sounds of jazz music to the emergence of the iconic flapper, the 1920s in the United States witnessed a seismic shift in societal norms and artistic expressions. In this exploration, we delve into the vibrant tapestry of the Roaring Twenties, focusing on the Jazz Age and the emblematic flapper figure that defined an era of unprecedented change. The Jazz Age, synonymous with the 1920s, witnessed the birth and proliferation of jazz music. Originating in African American communities, jazz became a cultural phenomenon, reflecting the dynamic and syncopated rhythms that captivated a generation. Pioneering artists like Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington became synonymous with the genre, transforming the musical landscape. Jazz music transcended racial and social boundaries, becoming the soundtrack of the Roaring Twenties. It fueled a cultural revolution, challenging traditional norms and inspiring a sense of liberation and individuality. The improvisational nature of jazz echoed the spirit of the times, where spontaneity and innovation were celebrated. The flapper, a quintessential figure of the Roaring Twenties, embodied a radical departure from the conventional norms of womanhood. Flappers were known for their distinctive style, characterized by short bobbed hair, dropped waist dresses, and a penchant for bold accessories. The look symbolized rebellion against the corseted and conservative fashions of the previous era. Flappers represented a new breed of women who embraced social liberation. They challenged societal expectations by participating in activities traditionally reserved for men, such as smoking, drinking, and engaging in casual dating. The flapper lifestyle reflected a rejection of Victorian-era constraints and a desire for personal freedom. The 1920s were marked by Prohibition, a nationwide ban on the sale and production of alcoholic beverages. In response, illegal bars known as speakeasies flourished. These hidden establishments became hotbeds of social activity, where jazz music, dance, and the vibrant energy of the Roaring Twenties thrived. The Charleston, the Black Bottom, and the Shimmy were among the popular dance crazes of the Jazz Age. Dance halls and ballrooms became hubs of social interaction, providing a platform for self-expression and a break from traditional dance forms. While the Roaring Twenties brought about cultural innovation, it was not without its contradictions. The era saw persistent racial and gender inequalities, with African Americans and women facing ongoing challenges despite the cultural dynamism of the time. The economic prosperity of the Roaring Twenties was not evenly distributed. While some enjoyed unprecedented wealth and leisure, others faced poverty and economic hardship, foreshadowing the economic challenges that would culminate in the Great Depression. The legacy of the Roaring Twenties endures in the collective memory as a period of cultural dynamism. Jazz music remains a fundamental part of American musical heritage, and the image of the flapper continues to symbolize an era of social and cultural revolution. Figures like Louis Armstrong, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Josephine Baker became enduring cultural icons of the Jazz Age. Their contributions continue to shape artistic expression and our understanding of the complex and vibrant era that was the Roaring Twenties. The Roaring Twenties, with its jazz-infused melodies and the irrepressible spirit of the flapper, stands as a testament to the resilience of human creativity in the face of societal change. The era's contradictions and challenges laid bare the complexities of a nation in transition, yet the cultural innovations of the time reverberate through history, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of American life. The Roaring Twenties, with its Jazz Age and flappers, remains a captivating chapter in the story of a nation on the cusp of transformation. What characterized the Jazz Age, and how did jazz music contribute to the cultural atmosphere of the Roaring Twenties? The Jazz Age, synonymous with the 1920s, was marked by cultural dynamism and social change. Jazz music, with its rhythmic and improvisational nature, became the soundtrack of the era, fostering a sense of liberation and individuality that defined the Roaring Twenties. Who were the key figures in the Jazz Age, and what impact did they have on the development of jazz music during the 1920s? Pioneering artists like Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington were central figures in the Jazz Age. Their innovative contributions transformed the musical landscape, making jazz a cultural phenomenon that transcended racial and social boundaries. What defined the flapper lifestyle, and how did flappers challenge traditional norms of womanhood during the Roaring Twenties? Flappers were emblematic of the Roaring Twenties, known for their distinctive style featuring short bobbed hair, dropped waist dresses, and bold accessories. They challenged traditional norms by engaging in activities like smoking, drinking, and casual dating, symbolizing a break from Victorian-era constraints. How did Prohibition influence nightlife and entertainment during the Roaring Twenties, and what role did speakeasies play in this cultural shift? Prohibition, the nationwide ban on alcoholic beverages, led to the rise of illegal bars known as speakeasies. These establishments became hubs of social activity, where jazz music, dance, and the vibrant energy of the Roaring Twenties thrived despite the restrictions of the time. What were the social and economic challenges faced during the Roaring Twenties, and how did they shape the contradictions of the era? While the Roaring Twenties brought cultural innovation and economic prosperity to some, there were persistent challenges, including racial and gender inequalities. Economic disparities and the eventual onset of the Great Depression foreshadowed the complexities and contradictions of the era. Like the video and remember to subscribe to our channel.